beloved chosen one. Heaven has paused everything around you so this message can reach your spirit. You are not reading this by coincidence. Divine interruption has entered your timeline. Something in the unseen realm just shifted, and your name was whispered in the courts of heaven. You have been marked for something beyond human comprehension, and the Spirit of God is calling your attention right now. Listen carefully. You have felt the tug in your soul, the late-night restlessness, the invisible weight that pressed upon your chest when everyone else was asleep. It wasn't anxiety, it wasn't confusion, it was heaven knocking. For too long, you've tried to quiet the sound of destiny inside you, but tonight, heaven has chosen to speak directly to your heart. The message is simple yet urgent. Tomorrow is too late. You were never meant to blend in. You were never meant to fit comfortably in places where your spirit suffocates. The reason you've been misunderstood, rejected, and forgotten is because you are chosen for something that cannot be birthed in the crowd. The path of the chosen one is carved in solitude, shaped by struggle and sealed by divine fire. You've walked through seasons where God felt silent, but silence was never absence. It was preparation. Right now, heaven is leaning close, saying, "Awaken, my warrior." You are being summoned. The delay that once seemed safe will soon become dangerous. The procrastination that once felt harmless will soon turn into chains. This message isn't just a call, it's a rescue. You are being pulled out of distraction before it destroys your destiny. Feel the air around you change as you read these words. The same Spirit that raised Jesus from the dead is stirring inside you. You have been through battles that should have broken you, but you survived because purpose refused to let you die. Every sleepless night, every betrayal, every unanswered prayer, none of it was wasted. God has been weaving your pain into power, your trials into testimony, your silence into strength. Look around your life. The things that recently fell apart were never punishment, they were positioning. God is clearing space, removing what cannot go with you into your next chapter. You've been asking, why is everything falling apart? But heaven replies, because I'm making room for what's divine. Chosen one, this is your divine interruption. Heaven doesn't speak in vain. You were scrolling, searching, or simply existing, but this is the moment when eternity interrupted your ordinary. The same way Moses turned aside to see the burning bush. You are being asked to stop and listen. What you do next determines whether you walk into your calling or wander another cycle of delay, as the apostle reminds us in his letter to the Corinthians, chapter 2, verse 9. No eye has seen, no ear has heard, and no human mind has conceived the things God has prepared for those who love Him. That scripture is a mirror reflecting your destiny. You cannot yet imagine what is waiting on the other side of your obedience. The plans God has written for you are beyond logic, beyond expectation, beyond the limits of what you've believed about yourself. That's why you've been attacked so fiercely, because the enemy sees glimpses of what you haven't yet seen. The enemy has tried to keep you distracted long enough. He wanted you numb, busy scrolling, busy doubting, busy compromising because he feared what would happen if you fully awakened. But the truth is being unveiled. You are not broken. You are chosen. You are not too late. You are right on divine schedule. Beloved, listen, God is not calling you to religion. He's calling you to relationship. He's not demanding perfection. He's demanding surrender. What he desires is your yes. One yes can open heaven's gates over your life. One yes can shift your entire lineage. One yes can set the captives in your family free. And when heaven calls, obedience cannot wait for comfort. Delay is disobedience in disguise. Every time you tell yourself tomorrow, darkness steals a little more of your destiny. That's why the Spirit is thundering this message: tomorrow is too late. Not because God will abandon you, but because opportunity will move forward. The window is open now. The invitation is alive now. You are standing in a moment of divine intersection between what was and what can be. God is saying, do not miss this visitation. If you could see in the Spirit, you'd notice angels standing beside you, holding scrolls, waiting for your response. Heaven has paused to witness your decision. Chosen one, it's time to rise. Shake the dust from your feet. Let go of fear, of guilt, of the voices that said you're not enough. You are heaven's investment on earth, and your obedience will trigger a wave of revival far beyond your understanding. If this message burns in your spirit, don't stay silent. Declare your alignment. Type 777 in the comments below as a prophetic sign that you are choosing obedience now. Like, share, and subscribe so this word can reach every other chosen one who needs to awaken tonight. Because when you move, the kingdom moves with you. Heaven has spoken. The interruption is complete. Now it's your turn to answer. You begin to understand now. Chosen one, why you have always felt different. It wasn't your imagination, it was identification. Before you were even born, Heaven placed a mark on your soul. That invisible mark has drawn both divine favor and demonic resistance. It's why the storms have been heavier on you than on others. It's why people have misunderstood your heart, and why no matter how hard you tried to fit in, something inside you always whispered, "You are not like the rest." From your earliest memories, there has been a strange tension between longing to belong and knowing you never truly would. You could imitate the crowd for a time, but your spirit always rebelled against mediocrity. You were born for higher things, for divine purpose, not earthly approval. The mark of the chosen separates, refines, and often isolates. But isolation is not rejection, it's refinement. There have been moments when you questioned your worth, thinking something was wrong with you. You wondered why doors closed, why relationships ended, why betrayal seemed to follow. But hear this, every heartbreak was heaven's redirection. Every closed door was divine protection. The path of the chosen is narrow because few can carry what you carry. The anointing you hold is not lightweight, it's eternal. You've walked through seasons where people called you too intense, too emotional, too spiritual. They didn't understand that your sensitivity is spiritual discernment in disguise. The emotions you wrestled with were not weakness. They were evidence of your awareness of the unseen. You feel deeply because you were created to see deeply. Heaven wired you differently so you could hear what others ignore. There is power in that difference. The very thing you've tried to hide is the weapon God intends to use. The mark that made you a target also makes you unstoppable once you understand it. When you finally embrace your divine identity, the things that once wounded you will become your testimony. As the Spirit spoke through the prophet Jeremiah, chapter 1, verse 5. Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart. I appointed you as a prophet to the nations. This is not just a verse, it is the blueprint of your existence. Long before you took your first breath, God knew your name, your struggles, your tears, and your triumphs. He didn't choose you after you proved yourself. He chose you before you even tried. You are not an accident. You are a divine strategy wrapped in human form. Every battle you faced was confirmation of your calling. The enemy doesn't waste ammunition on those who pose no threat. The warfare around your life has been intense because your destiny is immense. Darkness recognized your light before you did, and it's been trying to extinguish it ever since. But here you are, still standing, still believing, still chosen. The mark of the chosen doesn't make life easier. It makes it purposeful. You will feel what others don't, see what others can't, and carry burdens others will never understand. You'll be called to forgive when others would retaliate, to keep moving when others give up, to believe when others doubt. It's the cost of being set apart, but with that cost comes authority. Heaven does not anoint the comfortable, it anoints the courageous. Chosen one, you've spent years questioning why you feel out of place in this world. That restlessness isn't failure, it's homesickness for heaven's reality. The world's systems will never satisfy you because you were not built for them. You carry eternity inside your chest, and temporary things cannot fill what was designed for the eternal. There's a moment in every chosen life when realization dawns: I was never meant to fit in. I was meant to stand out. That moment is happening for you now. The fog of confusion is lifting and clarity is descending like holy fire. You're beginning to see that the rejection of people was the redirection of God. What looked like loss was really protection from contamination. God hid you because He intends to reveal you in power. Your calling requires purity. Your assignment demands separation. You cannot carry divine authority while clinging to worldly approval. The world will never understand you because it didn't anoint you. Stop explaining what heaven has already validated. The more you try to be accepted by those who walk in darkness, the more you'll dim the light you were sent to release. You are chosen, not by luck, not by lineage, not by chance, but by decree. The fingerprints of the Almighty are upon your soul, and no power in hell can erase them. You have been misunderstood because you are meant to be revealed, not explained. Revelation doesn't need validation, it only needs obedience. And soon, everything that once confused you will make sense. The tears, the trials, the waiting, they've all been part of your training. You are about to see that the pain was proof of preparation. You weren't buried, you were planted. And the season of hiddenness is giving way to revelation. Hold your head high, chosen one. The mark you carry is not a curse, it is a crown in disguise. You have carried this weight in silence for too long. Chosen one. The loneliness, the rejection, the long nights when tears fell without reason, it all had meaning. The isolation you felt was not abandonment, it was separation. Heaven had to pull you away from the noise so you could hear the whisper of destiny. You weren't losing people, you were losing distractions. There were nights when you begged God to explain why no one understood you, why your kindness was repaid with betrayal, your love with silence, your loyalty with distance. But now, you are beginning to see rejection was protection, and solitude was sanctuary. God didn't forget you, He was preserving you. The crowd cannot comprehend the process of the chosen. You are not the only one who has walked this path. The prophets of old, the disciples, even the Savior Himself knew the sting of isolation. Every chosen soul must be pulled away before being sent forth. It is in the wilderness that clarity is born. It is in silence that divine purpose begins to speak. The world saw your solitude as emptiness, but heaven saw it as construction. You were being rebuilt in secret. You didn't fail because you withdrew, you survived because you obeyed the pull to step away. The call of destiny often comes disguised as disappointment. You thought you were being pushed aside, but heaven was pushing you deeper. The friendships that faded, the dreams that shattered, the plans that collapsed, they weren't punishment. They were pruning. The Spirit spoke through the psalmist David in chapter 34, under verse 18. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. This is your verse tonight. Every tear you thought was ignored was counted. Every heartbreak was seen. Every time your voice trembled in prayer, Angels stood near, recording your cry. You have never been unseen. The very moments that broke you were the moments heaven bent closest. Chosen one. Your pain was prophetic. You have been through battles that were never about destruction but about revelation. The spiritual pressure you felt was the weight of what you carry. When others walk away, it's easy to think you are unloved, but the truth is your assignment requires solitude. Not everyone can go where you are going. Not everyone can handle the light you carry. Sometimes the loneliest seasons are proof that you are closest to your calling. Heaven hides its warriors when training them. That's why people didn't recognize your value. They couldn't see what heaven saw. You've been hidden like a seed in dark soil, buried but not dead. And when the time comes, what sprouted in secret will astonish the world. There are moments when your own heart has asked, why me? Why this pain? Why this silence? But even your questions have been part of your calling. God is not offended by your pain. He uses it. The tears you've cried have watered the soil of your future. You have been refined in the fire so you can stand in places where others would fall. The isolation that once felt endless is about to end. You are being transitioned from hiddenness to revelation. But before that unveiling, you must release the bitterness that tried to take root in your heart. The loneliness was never punishment. It was purification. You've been detoxing from what once defined you. God was not ignoring you. He was rewriting your identity. Beloved, understand this: when heaven calls you chosen, it also calls you separate. You will walk a path that others don't understand, but their misunderstanding is not your burden. Let them talk. Let them assume. You are not called to explain your transformation. You are called to live it. The very pain that once silenced you will soon become your platform. People will look at you and ask how you endured what you did. And when they do, your answer will not be bitterness. It will be glory. You will say, God kept me when nothing else could. Your solitude is ending, but your strength is just beginning. The same God who sat beside you in silence is about to bring you into divine visibility. You were never forgotten, only prepared. Every scar is now a testimony. Every rejection was redirection. Every heartbreak was heaven-breaking chains. Chosen one, as you read this, feel heaven speaking deep into your spirit. You were not alone in the wilderness. I was with you there. And now, I am bringing you out. Let this truth settle in your soul. You did not waste time. You were being refined for the next glory. The ones who mocked your pain will soon witness your rise. If these words pierce your spirit, respond not with silence but with declaration. Comment, I am still here. Say it as a prophetic act, because those 4 words carry power. They declare that the storm didn't drown you, the loneliness didn't destroy you, and the enemy did not win. Each time you speak them, heaven hears faith rising from the ashes of endurance. You are still here, and because you are, purpose still breathes and promise still lives. The air feels different now. Chosen one. There is a holy tension pressing against your chest, like the world is holding its breath for your obedience. You sense it deep within. The shift is near. Heaven is whispering urgently, and though no one else may hear it, your spirit does. This is not the time to drift. This is the time to discern. Something sacred is approaching, and heaven is sounding the alarm. Do not delay. You've entered a season where hesitation can no longer hide behind uncertainty. God has been patient, but patience is not permission to stay still. The whisper in your soul is growing louder, calling you out of the fog of procrastination. You feel it when you wake up. You sense it when you scroll through distractions. The still, small voice keeps saying, "Move now, obey now, step out now." The urgency you feel isn't anxiety, it's heaven's countdown. There are moments when time itself bends to divine purpose, and you are standing in one of those moments now. The world may call it coincidence, but the chosen know better. You are being awakened at a critical hour, an hour when hesitation can cost destiny. There have been signs, subtle but consistent. Closed doors that once seemed unfair now make sense. Delays that frustrated you were divine recalibrations. Even your exhaustion was a signal heaven was pulling you back so you could listen. Every unanswered prayer, every unexplained pause, was God slowing you down so you wouldn't miss his next instruction. Heaven's voice doesn't always thunder. Sometimes it whispers. Yet this whisper carries the weight of eternity. You feel it even now, the stirring, the conviction, the inner knowing that change is required. The days of casual faith are ending. You can no longer flirt with obedience. You must commit to it. The ancient words recorded in the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 30, verse 19. "Speak with piercing clarity, I have set before you life and death, blessings and curses. Now choose life, so that you and your children may live." This is not metaphor, it is mandate. Heaven is giving you a choice, just as it gave Israel long ago, not between right and wrong, but between life and death, between obedience and delay, between divine purpose and wasted potential. Every time you postpone obedience, you drift further from the life designed for you. The urgency you feel in this moment is heaven's mercy disguised as pressure. God is not rushing you. He is rescuing you from spiritual paralysis. The window of grace that surrounds you right now will not remain open forever. When heaven moves, timing matters. Delay can transform destiny into memory. Chosen one, the time for hesitation is over. You have prayed for signs. Now the signs are everywhere. The numbers that repeat, the dreams that echo, the moments of divine interruption, they are not coincidences. They are heaven's confirmations. You are being called out of comfort because comfort kills calling. The places where you've settled have become prisons, and heaven will shake every foundation that keeps you stuck in the familiar. God is not asking for perfection. He's asking for obedience. When you obey, the rest unfolds naturally. Fear whispers, "What if I fail?" But heaven responds, "What if you don't move?" The danger isn't failure, it's stagnation. You cannot walk on water if you never step out of the boat. There will always be reasons to wait, but divine timing doesn't align with human convenience. You've waited long enough. Heaven has equipped you, refined you, and tested you. You've learned to recognize the enemy's voice, the world's voice, and now your own. But above them all is the whisper of God saying, "Now is the time." Remember, this obedience unlocks acceleration. The moment you move, provision aligns. What once felt impossible suddenly becomes accessible. God has already prepared the way, you simply must walk in it. The spiritual clock is ticking, not to frighten you, but to focus you. What you do in this season will echo for generations. Do not let distraction dull your discernment. The enemy cannot stop what God has started, but he can delay it through your hesitation. Every time you say, "Maybe later," you surrender momentum. Every time you choose comfort over calling, the fire within you dims. But even now, that fire is reigniting. The embers of your purpose are beginning to glow again, bright and unstoppable. You are being summoned to rise, to act, to step into the flow of divine timing. The whisper is not random, it is heaven's alarm. God is saying, "I am doing something new. Do you perceive it?" The answer must be yes, and it must be now. So take a breath. Let the noise fall away. Hear the heartbeat of heaven pulsing within your chest. You are not too late, but you are out of time to hesitate. Every delay ends tonight. Every fear loses power. You are stepping into obedience not with trembling hands, but with steady faith. The whisper will not stop until you respond. And when you do, heaven will move faster than you ever imagined. Chosen one, the battle over your calling has not been random. It has been relentless because it is real. Every force of darkness that once ignored you has now recognized your awakening. The moment you decided to rise, the atmosphere around you shifted. You didn't simply step into faith, you stepped into warfare. But listen carefully, this is not a battle to destroy you. It is a battle to define you. Every spiritual attack, every sudden wave of doubt, every unexpected loss, it's all confirmation that you've become a threat to the enemy's kingdom. When light begins to break through, darkness does not stay silent. You are feeling resistance not because you're failing, but because you're advancing. The unseen world has taken notice of you. The moment you chose obedience, you became a living declaration of victory. You may not see the battle lines, but they are drawn around your soul. Heaven and hell both understand your potential. Now you must understand it too. The voice of God thundered in the book of Exodus, chapter 14, verse 14. The Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still. That verse is a promise written in divine fire. It reminds you that the victory has never depended on your strength. It has always rested in His. Your battles are not a sign that you are abandoned. They are evidence that heaven is fighting for you. There are angels assigned to your name, warring on your behalf in realms unseen. Picture this: you are standing on a battlefield, the dust rising, your armor dented from previous fights. The enemy surrounds you, whispering fear, but behind you stands a wall of light, God's presence radiant, unshakable, and moving forward like a storm of glory. You feel small in comparison, yet somehow secure, because that light is not separate from you, it's within you. Every scar you carry is sacred. The wounds you tried to hide are now weapons of testimony. When the enemy looks at you, he sees the proof that his plans failed. You've survived what was meant to break you, and that survival is your spiritual badge of honor. You are not fighting for victory, you are fighting from victory. And yet even warriors grow weary. The chosen grow tired of always being strong. Sometimes you want to rest but feel guilty for needing rest. Hear this: your fatigue is not failure. Even soldiers of light must find stillness in the presence of God. The Lord Himself says, "Be still." Stillness is not surrender, it is strategy. It's in your stillness that heaven resets your strength and sharpens your vision. The battle you face right now may not be visible to others. It may be in your thoughts, your emotions, or your faith. But just because no one sees your war doesn't mean heaven ignores it. God sees the tears you hide. He hears the silent cries between your words, and He is fighting for you even in moments when you cannot feel Him. There will come a day when you look back and realize that the very pressure you resented was the force that pushed you into power. Every delay trained your endurance. Every heartbreak stretched your faith. You have been shaped into a vessel strong enough to carry divine glory without breaking under its weight. Chosen one, don't give up now. The resistance is strongest right before breakthrough. The moment just before dawn is always the darkest. Hold your ground and let your heart remember who you serve. The Lord of Heaven's armies is not asleep. He is not indifferent. He is the one who commands creation, and He has commanded victory for you. Now listen with your spirit. This message is not just for you to keep. Like a torch lit in darkness, It shines brightest when shared. Every time you pass this word forward, you are igniting another soul. Every time you share light, darkness loses ground. If this message has stirred something in you, then become part of its echo. You'll, like the ripples of water when a single stone falls into a lake. Your act of sharing sends this truth far beyond where you can reach alone. You can become a messenger of this movement. A simple like, a heartfelt share, or a subscription isn't about numbers, it's about light multiplying. Each one is a digital candle added to the fire God is kindling across the world. And if you feel led, your act of giving your donation becomes oil poured onto that fire. It's how messages like these reach hearts you will never meet. Souls standing on the edge of despair who need the same hope you are feeling now. Think of it as planting a seed in unseen soil. The fruit may not grow in your field, but it will grow in someone else's night. Heaven keeps record of every drop of generosity, every act of faith, every whispered prayer. None of it is wasted. When you give, when you share, when you support, you are not funding a message, you are fueling a movement. Because this isn't about me. It's about us. About heaven's chosen rising together, each light joining the next until the darkness has no corners left to hide in. Stay in the fight. Beloved, stand still, but stay awake. Heaven's armies march with you, and the battle is already bending toward your victory. Chosen one, in the quiet corners of your spirit, you have begun to hear it, a voice calling from within the wilderness of your soul. It is not the voice of fear or guilt. It is the whisper of grace, summoning you to return, to realign, to remember who you are. You have been wandering through distractions, fighting invisible wars in your thoughts, yet through it all, heaven's call has never stopped echoing. Come back. This wilderness you've been walking through was never punishment, it was preparation. The silence around you has been God's classroom, teaching you to recognize His whisper amid the world's noise. You have mistaken the stillness for abandonment, but what you call distance, heaven calls direction. The voice of God doesn't always thunder, it often sighs. And in that gentle sound, destinies are reborn. There are moments when you feel the ache of regret, as though you've drifted too far, missed too much. But that, too, is part of the call. Conviction is not condemnation, it is heaven's hand reaching for you. When God calls you back, He doesn't point at your shame, He points toward your future, as was spoken in the sacred texts of old. In the book of Joel, chapter 2, Verse 13, return to the Lord your God, for He is gracious and compassionate, slow to anger and abounding in love, and He relents from sending calamity. Let that truth pierce your heart, beloved. The wilderness is not your permanent address, it is a place of awakening. God did not bring you here to leave you. He brought you here to find you. He is not angry with you. He is waiting for your yes. The distance between you and destiny is not measured in miles, but in surrender. You've been hearing His call for a while now, the tug in your spirit, the sudden conviction during quiet moments. The tears that rise when you hear a certain song or word, it's all heaven trying to get your attention. This is not random emotion, this is divine pursuit. The same God who called Moses from the desert bush and Elijah from the cave is calling you from the middle of your confusion. When you look back at your journey, you will see the evidence of His patience everywhere. He could have let you drown in your distractions, but He didn't. He could have given your position to another, but He waited. He has watched every detour, every fall, every time you said, I'll change tomorrow, and still, His voice remains steady. Come home. The wilderness is loud with silence, but even here, the wind carries whispers of mercy. You are not being punished, you are being purified. You have been shedding layers of self-dependence, learning that strength without surrender is still weakness. God is not asking you to fix yourself before returning. He is asking you to return so He can fix what's broken. And though this journey has been long, you are closer than you think. The first step toward restoration is not movement, it's response. Heaven doesn't need 1,000 promises, it needs one yes. One whisper of surrender can realign years of delay. One tear of repentance can rewrite your tomorrow. The same hands that shape the stars are ready to reshape your story. Do not fear the return. The world has told you that turning back means shame, but heaven says it means redemption. The prodigal was not punished when he came home. He was embraced. You, too, are about to be embraced not as a failure, but as a beloved child returning to purpose. Listen, there are angels gathering around you even now. The air shifts when obedience is near. Your name is being spoken in heaven's courts again, not in judgment but in joy. God is not finished. He is about to redeem what you thought was lost forever. The voice that calls you out of the wilderness is not angry. It is tender. It does not shout to condemn. It whispers to guide. It doesn't point at where you've fallen. It points at where you're meant to rise. Beloved, this is your moment. Don't resist the pull. You've seen enough of the world to know it cannot satisfy the hunger inside you. What you seek is not in another distraction, another escape, another temporary comfort. What you seek is Him, and He's been seeking you all along. Now take a breath, close your eyes and whisper, "I'm listening." Let heaven hear it. Let the wilderness know you've made your decision. Your story does not end here, it begins again here. And if this word finds you trembling but willing, then mark this moment in faith. Type 8888 in the comments below as your sign of spiritual return. That number, representing new beginnings and divine restoration, will be your prophetic declaration that your wilderness season ends tonight. Let heaven record your yes. Let mercy write your name again in bold, because even here, even now, grace still finds you. The air thickens. Chosen one, with a sense of holy gravity. Heaven is no longer whispering, it is warning. The softness of invitation has become the sternness of urgency. This is not because God is angry, but because time is narrowing. Every delay, every hesitation, every compromise, each one has spiritual consequences. You have been called too many times to remain still. The season of gentle nudging is turning into the season of divine demand. You must understand this truth. Disobedience is not simply doing wrong. It is knowing what is right and refusing to move. Every time you silence conviction, you silence destiny. Every time you delay obedience, you create distance between who you are and who heaven designed you to be. There is no neutral ground in the spiritual realm. Every choice either draws you closer to the light or pushes you deeper into shadow. You have been standing at the edge of obedience, one step away from breakthrough. Yet fear keeps whispering reasons to wait. But listen, the cost of hesitation is rising. The longer you resist, the harder your heart becomes, not from rebellion, but from regret. Heaven's voice grows quieter to those who continually postpone it. The danger is not that God will stop speaking, but that you will stop hearing. Heaven speaks clearly through the words in Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 2. All these blessings will come on you and accompany you if you obey the Lord your God. The blessings you pray for are not hidden from you, they are waiting for your obedience. The doors you've been asking heaven to open are voice activated. They respond not to emotion but to surrender. God cannot release what you are unwilling to receive. He cannot pour into a vessel that refuses to empty itself first. There are moments in life when obedience feels costly. It demands that you let go of relationships that no longer align, opportunities that once defined your worth, or habits that comfort your wounds. But what feels like loss is really liberation. God never takes without intention. He only removes what could ruin the next chapter of your purpose. Every act of obedience is a seed, and every seed produces fruit in due season. The problem is that most give up during the waiting. They plant faith but dig it up with fear. Chosen one. Your obedience is not wasted. It is germinating underground, preparing to break through at the appointed time. Still, heaven's tone is serious now. The window of grace that has been wide open is beginning to narrow, not because God's love is running out, but because the time for wandering is ending. What once was permissible in previous seasons is no longer acceptable now. You cannot walk into the next dimension of your destiny carrying the same excuses that kept you bound. The cost of disobedience is rarely immediate. It is gradual. It dulls discernment, blurs conviction, and numbs the soul until rebellion feels normal. That's why heaven warns before it withdraws. God doesn't remove his presence suddenly. He steps back slowly, allowing silence to awaken your spirit. If you sense that silence, it's not absence, it's mercy giving you one more chance to turn. Remember, Jonah called to Nineveh, but running in the opposite direction. God didn't destroy him for disobedience. He redirected him through a storm. Sometimes the storms in your life aren't attacks, they are corrections. The shaking you feel is not punishment, but realignment. Heaven loves you too much to let you succeed in the wrong direction. You are one decision away from either restoration or regret. The next act of obedience could unlock everything you've prayed for, or your next delay could close what's left of the open door. This is why the Spirit's tone has shifted. It's not condemnation. It's compassion with urgency. Beloved, this message is heavy because heaven's heart is heavy for you. There are blessings, opportunities, and people waiting on the other side of your yes. Your obedience doesn't just affect you, it affects generations. What you decide in this moment echoes into eternity. You've prayed for confirmation, and this is it. The restlessness you feel isn't random, it's heaven tapping your shoulder, saying, "Move now before mercy turns into memory." Do not treat divine instruction as suggestion. Every instruction is an invitation into intimacy with God. The quicker you respond, the closer you draw. The longer you delay, the dimmer the flame of conviction becomes. You've been here before, standing between comfort and calling. But this time is different. Heaven has set the stage, aligned the timing, and released this word not as encouragement, but as final preparation. The next act of disobedience won't just cost you time, it will cost you clarity. Let the weight of this truth rest upon you without crushing you. The same God who warns you also empowers you. You are not being scolded, you are being strengthened. The Spirit's correction is a form of divine affection. When God still warns, it means He still cares. So pause, listen. Feel that stirring again in your spirit. That's not fear, that's holy conviction. And conviction is the voice of love refusing to give up on you. Obey now, not out of fear, but out of reverence. The path of blessing is paved with obedience, and the next step you take in faith will shake the chains off your destiny. The atmosphere around you is shifting again. Chosen one. You may not see it with your eyes, but your spirit feels it, the stirring, the trembling, the holy pressure in the air. Something unseen is drawing near. Heaven is approaching your space, and the ordinary is about to bow to the extraordinary. You have stepped into what Scripture calls the visitation hour. It is the moment when the veil between heaven and earth grows thin and eternity leans close to time. The things that once felt distant, the peace, the presence, the power of God are suddenly near enough to touch. This is not imagination. It is visitation. Heaven is closer than your next breath. All around you, creation responds to divine movement. The stillness that fills your room, the sudden tears you can't explain, the warmth that settles on your chest. These are not emotions, they are evidence. When the presence of God descends, everything slows. Time itself seems to hold its breath. You are not alone. Angels are moving near. They don't come with noise or spectacle, but with quiet authority. They carry scrolls, divine records of promises spoken over your life. Some of those promises were written long before you were born. Tonight, they are being revisited, reactivated, rewritten into the fabric of your now. Heaven remembers what you've forgotten. Every prayer whispered in weakness, every act of obedience when no one was watching, every tear that fell in silence, they are all stored in the archives of eternity, waiting for this moment. As Jesus himself declared in the Gospel of John, chapter 14, verse 23. Anyone who loves me will obey my teaching. My Father will love them, and we will come to them and make our home with them. That is what is happening here. The divine is making its home in you. This is not a temporary visitation, it is the beginning of habitation. God is not passing by, he is taking residence. What you are feeling is the fulfillment of promise, Emmanuel. God with us, now becoming God within you, now becoming God. There are moments when presence feels like pressure, when the weight of holiness rests on your shoulders until you can barely breathe. Don't run from it. That pressure is purification. Heaven never enters a space without transforming it. You are being made new not by effort, but by exposure to glory. The room around you may look the same, but the atmosphere is not. Where there was confusion, clarity begins to form. Where fear once lived, peace takes its place. It is the kind of peace that silences storms, not because the waves stop, but because you finally realize the one who commands them lives inside you. Chosen one. There is something sacred about this visitation. It is deeply personal. God is not visiting your environment. He is visiting your essence. He's touching memories, healing wounds, whispering truths over lies that once defined you. You may feel the stirring of tears, or perhaps an unexplainable stillness settling into your bones. That is the sign that heaven's presence has found you. This is not a season to strive. It's a moment to receive. You don't have to chase his presence, it's already here. Just be still and let it wash over you like a river of light. Everything you've carried, the worry, the exhaustion, the doubt will begin to dissolve in the current of his peace. And as that peace fills you, something else happens. The noise of the world begins to fade. The opinions that used to wound you lose their power. The past that haunted you loses its grip. Heaven's proximity changes perspective. You start to see that every detour had design, every storm had strategy, and every delay had divine purpose. God is not only showing up to comfort you, he is recalibrating you. His presence realigns what life has twisted. Where shame once rooted, identity grows. Where fear once built walls, faith now builds altars. You are being rebuilt from the inside out. When the divine visits, transformation is not optional, it's inevitable. You cannot stay the same after heaven has touched your space. The things that used to tempt you will lose flavor. The people who once distracted you will fade into the background. The hunger for what is holy will become stronger than any craving for what is temporary. This visitation is not random, it's reward. You've endured the silence, the pruning, the stretching, and now the presence has come as confirmation that you were never forgotten. God has seen your waiting, and now he comes bearing renewal. So breathe, chosen one. The King is near, and he has found you faithful enough to visit. Let every part of your being respond in reverence, for this is holy ground. Heaven has entered your atmosphere, and nothing will ever be the same again. Chosen one, when heaven visits, it never leaves things untouched. The presence that once comforted you now begins to refine you. The warmth turns into fire, not to destroy, but to purify. You are being placed in the furnace of transformation. The world may call it hardship, but heaven calls it holiness. This is the season where what cannot endure the fire must fall away. You've asked God to use you, but before He uses, He purifies. Before He crowns, He cleanses. Before He promotes, He prunes. The fire you feel in this season is not rejection, it's refinement. You are not being punished, you are being prepared. Gold does not fear fire because it knows the flames only reveal its worth. There were times you prayed, God, take me higher, not realizing that the path upward always goes through the flame. Growth and glory are born in heat. You cannot carry the oil of anointing without walking through the fire of testing. Every trial that tried to break you was actually building you. Every heartbreak that made you question your strength was proof that your heart was still alive enough to love, to feel, to believe. As the prophet wrote in the scroll of Malachi chapter 3, verse 3, He will sit as a refiner and purifier of silver. He will purify the Levites and refine them like gold and silver. That's what's happening to you. Heaven has placed you in the fire. But notice the scripture says He will sit. The refiner doesn't walk away. He sits and watches carefully, adjusting the flame until the impurities rise and the reflection appears. You are not alone in your fire. God is there, watching over the process, ensuring you are not consumed, only cleansed. The pain that once made you question your worth is the very process that is proving it. You have cried, "Why me?" But heaven responds, "Because I trust you." Not everyone can carry fire without becoming bitter. Yet you, chosen one, are learning to let the fire make you brighter instead of harder. Think about the seasons you thought would destroy you. Somehow, you are still standing. The depression didn't drown you. The betrayal didn't bury you. The rejection didn't erase you. What tried to consume you actually confirmed you. You were not burned, you were branded. Every scar became a signature of survival, a testimony that the hand of God has never left your life. Refining hurts because it strips illusions. It removes the masks we once believed were part of us. It exposes motives, habits, and dependencies that can't go into the next chapter. You have been asking God for new levels of blessing while clinging to old versions of yourself. That's why the fire came to free you from who you were, so you can become who you are. Fire has two purposes: to destroy and to define. For the chosen, it never destroys, it defines. It takes away everything that isn't eternal. It purges fear, pride, jealousy, and doubt until what remains is pure faith and unshakable identity. You are emerging from this process with eyes that see clearer, hands that hold stronger, and a heart that trusts deeper. And though it feels heavy now, this fire will one day make sense. You will thank God not just for what He gave, but for what He took. You will look back and realize that losing certain things was mercy in disguise. Some losses were the kindest answers you ever received. Chosen one, you are being forged into a vessel that can carry divine weight. The glory that is coming would have crushed you before, but now you'll be able to hold it with grace. Your endurance has become your ministry. Your pain has become your platform. Heaven never wastes suffering, it repurposes it into strength. If your heart is trembling as you read this, it's because you know the fire has been real. But here's the truth: the same God who started this refining process will finish it with beauty. The ashes you stand in will soon become the oil you pour. And if this word finds you standing inside the fire, still believing, still trusting, still holding on when everything else has fallen apart, then declare it with faith. Comment, "I'm not breaking." Say it boldly, for those 3 words are a declaration of defiance against the enemy and an anthem of endurance before heaven. They tell the darkness that no matter how hot the fire gets, you are staying in it until you shine. Because the refiner is sitting close, and the moment he sees his reflection in you, the fire will end and the glory will begin. Chosen one, something holy stirs within you now, the moment where covenant and calling meet once again. The fire has done its work. The impurities have been burned away. Now heaven extends a hand, not to test, but to renew. You are standing in the divine courtroom of covenant, the place where promises are rewritten and hearts are re-signed in sacred ink. This is the moment heaven whispers, "Let us begin again." For so long, you've been surviving on fragments of past faith, on memories of what God once said. But God is not calling you to live off leftovers. He's calling you to feast on fresh manna. The season of spiritual survival is ending. A new covenant begins when you decide to stop glancing back at the ruins and start gazing toward the rising. You cannot live on yesterday's revelation any more than a traveler can drink from yesterday's rain. What once sustained you has expired. What once spoke to you has finished its sentence. Heaven is pouring out new language for your spirit, a vocabulary of victory for this hour. The manna has changed, and so must your appetite. Think of your journey like a dawn breaking over a battlefield. The smoke of old wars fading, the first light kissing the scars of survival. God is not asking you to forget the past. He's asking you to face it differently. The same ashes that once symbolized defeat are now becoming fertile soil for resurrection, according to what is revealed in the book of Hebrews, chapter 8, verse 10. This is the covenant I will establish with the people of Israel after that time, declares the Lord. I will put my laws in their minds and write them on their hearts. I will be their God, and they will be my people. Think of your heart as a field once filled with thorns, now soft with surrender. Heaven stands ready to plant new seeds of purpose there. Every tear you've sown will water those seeds, and every act of obedience will become sunlight to help them grow. There is a quiet beauty in covenant renewal. It's like standing in the rain after years of drought. The same ground that once cracked under disappointment begins to drink again. The same soul that once whispered, "I can't," begins to murmur, "I will." God takes your hand and guides it as you sign your yes once more, this time with full surrender. No conditions, no halfway faith. And as you do, you begin to sense it, the subtle shift, like the first notes of dawn after a long night. The new covenant isn't about striving, it's about aligning. Heaven is not demanding more work from you, it's inviting more wonder into you. Every covenant has 2 sides, divine promise and human participation. God has already upheld his side. He has protected, preserved, provided, even when you wandered. Now he simply asks for your part trust. Trust enough to obey, to listen, to follow, to give. Yes, give not out of guilt, but out of gratitude. When God renews a covenant, he often invites you to sow into it. Just as farmers sow seed when the rains begin, this is your moment to invest in what heaven is birthing. Your giving, whether through words, through sharing, through support, becomes soil for future harvest. You may not realize it, but each like, each share, each act of support you release is more than a digital gesture. It is a ripple of faith, a light breaking through another person's darkness. You are not merely consuming a message, you are carrying it. You are a messenger in motion. Think of it like passing torches through a forest at night. One flame lights another until the entire path glows. That's what happens every time you share this message. Every time you sow into the word that touched your heart. The fire doesn't stay in one place, it spreads. And when you choose to give, when you pour oil back into the vessel that poured into you, you're not fueling a platform, you're fueling purpose. Your generosity becomes a prophetic act, saying, I believe this light must keep burning. Because somewhere out there, another chosen one sits in silence, waiting for a spark. It's not about amount, it's about alignment. Whether it's your attention, your prayer, your seed, every offering says to heaven, I am part of this covenant. You are not a spectator. You are a participant in something sacred. The beauty of covenant renewal is that it always multiplies. When you commit again, heaven doesn't just restore what you lost, it multiplies what remains. You may think you're signing a simple yes, but heaven sees you sealing generations. Let this truth echo inside you. You are not the same as before. You are stepping into a deeper promise, one etched into your very being. The same fire that once purified you now illuminates your path. And as you walk forward, heaven walks with you, guiding, providing, and transforming every sacrifice into song. So, chosen one, walk boldly. Keep the covenant alive by living it, sharing it, nurturing it. Let every click, every prayer, every seed be your silent declaration. This light will not go out on my watch. And as you do, know that heaven smiles not because you performed, but because you partnered. You didn't just hear the message, you became the message. The covenant is renewed, the fire burns steady, and your yes has become a sound that heaven recognizes as its own. Chosen one, something within you has awakened. You no longer walk as one who hopes vaguely, you walk as one who knows. The veil is lifted and you are beginning to see the truth of who you really are. For years, you questioned your worth, doubted your authority, and apologized for your light. But the time of hesitation has ended. Heaven is opening your eyes to what has been true all along. You carry authority. You carry heaven's signature within your spirit. This awakening doesn't arrive with thunder. It comes as realization. It's not about gaining something new. It's about remembering what was already yours. The power of God was not given to a select few in history. It is alive within everyone who walks in alignment with Him. You are not a beggar pleading for miracles. You are an heir carrying the power to release them. You've spent years praying for doors to open, not realizing that you were the key. You've asked God to move mountains, but heaven has been waiting for you to speak to them. The same Spirit that raised Christ from the dead is not visiting you occasionally, it lives inside you. That power doesn't flicker with emotion, it burns steady with purpose. As the apostle reminds us in his letter to the Ephesians chapter 6, verse 10. Finally, be strong in the Lord and in His mighty power. This is more than encouragement, it is empowerment. You are being instructed to draw strength not from your own will, but from His inexhaustible might. The same divine energy that formed galaxies now flows through your veins. The authority of heaven is not something you earn through perfection. It's something you embrace through faith. You are stepping into the awareness of divine authority. This authority does not make you proud. It makes you peaceful. It is not arrogance. It is alignment. You don't command from ego, you command from intimacy. When your words align with God's will, creation listens. The atmosphere shifts because it recognizes the voice of its creator echoing through you. There will be moments when you will feel resistance, when darkness will test your resolve. But understand, this spiritual authority is not proven in silence. It is proven in confrontation. You will know your strength not when everything feels easy, but when everything rises against you and you still stand. Heaven's warriors are not made on calm seas, they are forged in storms. The awakening of authority begins when you stop seeing yourself as fragile. You are not fragile, you are fortified. The armor you wear is not decorative, it is divine. You are clothed in righteousness, shielded by faith, and crowned with purpose. Every arrow that has been fired against you was never meant to pierce you. It was meant to reveal how protected you really are. Authority also requires awareness. You must learn to recognize when the enemy attacks through subtlety. He rarely comes roaring. He comes whispering through discouragement, through distraction, through delay. But once you see it, you can stop it. You can speak into the spiritual atmosphere and command peace where chaos once ruled. You can declare healing where pain once lingered. This is not superstition, it's spiritual legislation. You were born to decree, not to doubt. Think of yourself as a lighthouse on the edge of a stormy sea. Waves crash against the foundation. Winds howl through the night, yet the light never dims. The storm does not intimidate the lighthouse because its power comes from a source buried deep beneath the earth. In the same way, your authority is rooted not in emotion but in eternity. You may feel ordinary, but heaven never calls the ordinary, it transforms the obedient. Your words, your prayers, your very presence carry the power to disrupt darkness. When you enter a room, spiritual climates shift. Not because of who you are in the flesh, but because of who stands within you. The authority you carry is silent but undeniable, gentle but unshakable. It's time to stop begging for victory and start walking in it. You are not fighting for freedom, you are enforcing it. You are not chasing light, you are becoming it. Every trial you've endured has been refining your authority, teaching you that real power isn't loud, it's consistent. Real authority doesn't panic, it stands. Chosen one, understand that this awakening is not for display, it's for destiny. The authority you carry is meant to serve, not to boast. It's meant to heal the broken, free the bound, and guide the lost. You are being trusted with influence that will change atmospheres, families, and generations. But heaven only grants authority to those who use it with humility. So, stand tall but bow often. Speak boldly but love deeply. Walk in confidence but stay in reverence. You are a vessel of divine dominion, and every step you take leaves the imprint of heaven on earth. Your awakening has begun. From this moment forward, do not shrink back into smallness. The same power that conquered death is breathing through your lungs. Let that truth echo within you. I am not powerless, I am positioned. And wherever you go next, the ground itself will know that one of God's chosen has walked upon it. Chosen one. The hour has come when your choices weigh heavier than your fears. You have stood at crossroads before, but never one like this. This is not just another decision, it is the decision. Heaven has aligned your path so precisely that even your hesitation has meaning. You stand between destiny and delay, and the voice of the Spirit is clear: choose now. This moment is not random. You can feel the tension of it, the way your spirit trembles while your mind searches for logic. But destiny does not bow to logic, it bows to obedience. Every thread of your story has led here. The pain, the silence, the waiting, the wilderness, all of it has been preparation for this intersection between your will and God's way. There is power in this pause. The air seems to hum with eternity. You feel the weight of heaven's gaze, not in judgment but in anticipation. God is not asking for performance. He's waiting for permission to move, to heal, to complete what He began in you. But permission requires surrender. You must decide if you will keep walking in circles or finally step into the straight path He has laid before you. You have felt this crossroad before, the inner pull between comfort and calling, fear and faith, the known and the promised. The difference is that this time, the delay carries a cost. Every time you tell yourself later, you are choosing the familiar over the future. Every time you stall, you teach your spirit hesitation instead of holiness. As the ancient words recorded in the book of Joshua, chapter 24, verse 15, declare, "But if serving the Lord seems undesirable to you, then choose for yourselves this day whom you will serve. But as for me and my household, we will serve the Lord." This is the hour of choosing. You cannot serve both your comfort and your calling. You cannot walk both paths, one paved by fear, the other by faith. Heaven does not wait indefinitely. Grace remains, yes, but opportunities are seasonal. Just as the tide rises and falls, divine timing has rhythm. And right now, heaven's rhythm is accelerating. The Spirit whispers to your heart, "You have delayed long enough." There is a promise waiting to be fulfilled, but it cannot be unlocked without your yes. The choice before you is not punishment, it's partnership. God is not forcing your hand, He's inviting your heart. What waits on the other side of obedience will make sense of everything you've endured. It may feel like stepping into uncertainty, but that's how faith always begins. Faith is not the absence of fear, it's the refusal to obey fear. When Abraham left everything familiar, he walked without a map, but not without a promise. The same is true for you. You don't need to know where the next step leads, you only need to know who's leading. Look around your life, beloved. The things that once satisfied you no longer do. That's not boredom, it's spiritual hunger. The Holy Spirit is detoxing you from distractions, pulling you away from what numbs so you can feel again, believe again, move again. You cannot drink from two wells, one of compromise and one of calling. The hour demands clarity. You are not being called to perfection. You are being called to position. Heaven is shifting, and alignment is everything. Those who say yes now will carry light in the days ahead. Those who wait will watch from a distance what they were meant to participate in. Don't let hesitation rob you of inheritance. This is not the time to analyze, it's the time to act. You've prayed for a sign, and this word is that sign. The sense of urgency burning in your chest is not anxiety, it's activation. The Spirit is stirring your soul because tomorrow will be too late for what heaven wants to release tonight. Chosen one, you've been asking for clarity, but heaven is asking for commitment. What if everything you've prayed for is waiting for one decision of obedience? What if your next yes is the key that unlocks every unanswered prayer? Take a deep breath. The choice before you is not between loss and gain, it's between delay and destiny. God isn't asking you to sacrifice joy, He's asking you to trade temporary comfort for eternal impact. The path may not be easy, but it will be worth it. Every sacrifice you make in obedience becomes a seed that multiplies in blessing. The heavens are watching, the angels are waiting, and your next move will echo across eternity. Don't let fear narrate your future. Let faith speak louder. Let obedience become your offering. And if this message strikes your spirit with clarity, if you feel that unmistakable tug of divine timing, then mark this moment with faith. Comment 1111. Let that number become your declaration that you are stepping into alignment, one heart, one will, one God, one purpose. Heaven recognizes prophetic numbers as spiritual echoes of obedience, and 1111 symbolizes divine order being restored. Let it be your signal, your seal, your yes in visible form. Because the moment you choose obedience, heaven chooses acceleration. The crossroad stands before you. Choose life, choose calling, choose now. Chosen one. You may have thought you were walking this path alone. But look closer, there are others awakening all around you. A quiet movement is spreading across the earth. Not televised, not trending, but thundering in the spirit. It is the gathering of the remnant, the ones who refused to bow to fear, who survived the silence, who carried light even when surrounded by shadow. You are part of something larger than yourself. What God is doing in you is connected to what He is doing in many. You were never meant to stand alone forever. You were meant to stand first. Your awakening was not isolation, it was initiation. The same fire that burned in your wilderness is now lighting torches in others. And together, those flames are becoming a global blaze of restoration. In every nation, in every tongue, the chosen are rising. Some are preachers, some are artists, some are quiet intercessors who pray unseen, yet their voices weave into one sound, a symphony of surrender. It is a spiritual uprising, not of rebellion but of reverence. Heaven's army is assembling, not with weapons of war, but with hearts that burn with obedience. The ancient words found in the book of Romans, chapter 12, verse 5, echo with timeless truth. So in Christ we, though many form one body, and each member belongs to all the others. That is the mystery of this remnant. You are many, yet one. Each chosen soul carries a fragment of the divine plan, and only together does the full image appear. Where one carries compassion, another carries courage. Where one holds revelation, another holds endurance. You complete one another as puzzle pieces forged by the same hand. You may never meet them face to face, but you are connected by purpose. Even now, your prayers ripple through invisible threads of grace, touching hearts across oceans and borders. When you whisper, "God, I'm still here," another chosen one in a faraway land suddenly feels strength return to their bones. The body of Christ breathes as one organism, alive with divine electricity. This gathering isn't happening in cathedrals or arenas, it's happening in living rooms, in coffee shops, in hospital beds, in prisons, in bedrooms where tears fall onto open Bibles. God is raising up His warriors in unlikely places. The remnant doesn't need permission to rise, they rise because the Spirit has called them. And you, chosen one, are part of that rising. The loneliness you once despised was preparation for unity without dependency. You learned to hear God alone so you could recognize His voice in others. The wilderness trained your ear to discern heaven's frequency. Now, as the remnant gathers, you'll know instantly who carries the same fire. Your spirit will recognize your tribe. There is a beauty in this divine convergence. It's like 1,000 streams merging into one river, each carrying its own story, its own pain, its own victories, yet flowing toward one destination, the glory of God revealed on earth. The world will not understand it. It will look like chaos to them. But heaven calls it coordination. What seems spontaneous is actually synchronized by divine timing. This unity is not uniformity. The remnant does not lose individuality. They discover identity. Each carries a unique sound, a distinct flame, a specific assignment. But all are united by one heartbeat: obedience to the King. They are not competing for position, they are collaborating for purpose. You've always sensed it, haven't you? That you were meant to find others like you, those who understand the language of the Spirit without translation, those who walk in holiness without hypocrisy, those who move in humility yet carry heaven's authority. You are finding them now. God is orchestrating divine appointments, placing kindred spirits in proximity so that light can multiply. The world will grow darker, yes, but that only makes light more visible. In the days ahead, the remnant will become beacons, and where systems fail, they will restore. Where despair reigns, they will release hope. They are not just survivors, they are carriers of glory. Chosen one, never underestimate your role in this awakening. What you say, what you pray, how you live it all contributes to the greater story. When you worship in secret, heaven amplifies it in the spirit realm. When you forgive your enemies, it weakens the hold of darkness. When you love without conditions, you mirror the face of Christ to a broken world. You are part of a generation that hell fears and heaven depends upon. The remnant does not boast of titles. They carry towels. They do not seek recognition. They seek righteousness. They live with eternity in their eyes and compassion in their hands. There will be moments when you doubt your place among them, when insecurity whispers that you're not as spiritual, not as strong, not as ready. But remember, God doesn't choose the perfect, He perfects the chosen. Your weakness doesn't disqualify you, it makes you relatable. The remnant isn't flawless, they are faithful. So lift your head. Beloved, you are not a lone candle flickering in the wind, you are part of a wildfire spreading across nations. Together, you are the light of the world, the salt of the earth, the generation that will carry the final flame. The gathering has begun, and you, chosen one, have found your tribe. Chosen one, now that the remnant rises, the signs begin to appear. Heaven confirms what the Spirit already knows. You start to see patterns that others overlook, divine fingerprints hidden in ordinary moments. The things that once felt random now reveal rhythm. You realize nothing in your story was wasted, not the detours, not the disappointments, not even the delays. All of it was divine choreography. You wake up at strange hours, feeling an unexplained pull to pray. You see repeated numbers, hear words or phrases echoing across days, encounter the same verse in unexpected places. The world calls it coincidence, but your spirit calls it confirmation. These are heaven's signatures, gentle reminders that God has not only heard you, but He is aligning everything for His purpose. As the ancient prophet Habakkuk wrote in his scroll, Chapter 2, verse 3. For the revelation awaits an appointed time. It speaks of the end and will not prove false. Though it lingers, wait for it. It will certainly come and will not delay. This verse breathes truth into your waiting. The prophecy over your life is not void, it is in motion. What feels like silence is synchronization. Heaven is arranging timing, people, and circumstances to converge at once. You may think nothing is happening, but beneath the surface, roots are spreading, promises are forming, and heaven's machinery is turning. Every confirmation you receive, every whisper, every dream, every scripture that pierces your heart is part of that divine assurance. It's God's way of saying, keep walking. You're on the right path. These signs are not meant to make you superstitious. They're meant to make you steadfast. They anchor your faith when sight still fails. In the realm of the Spirit, nothing moves by accident. The reason you feel drawn to certain places or meet specific people unexpectedly is because heaven is staging divine intersections. You may not know it at first, but every encounter is purposeful. A stranger's kind word becomes confirmation. A sudden peace in your heart replaces confusion. The still, small voice speaks through everyday moments, and you begin to realize heaven has been speaking all along. You used to think miracles only happened in grand displays of power, but now you understand they also whisper. A door opening just in time, a bill paid unexpectedly, a diagnosis reversed. Even the endurance to keep believing when the evidence says otherwise, that too is a miracle. God is not absent in the small. He hides there, waiting to be discovered. Chosen one, Pay attention. Heaven often reveals direction in repetition. When a phrase lingers in your heart, when a dream returns, when a verse won't let go of your mind, it's not random. It's revelation. The Spirit repeats what the flesh resists. The more you listen, the clearer it becomes. This is how the prophetic works in your life. It's not just about predicting the future. It's about perceiving the present through heaven's eyes. You begin to see patterns of grace woven through your past, realizing that what once broke you actually built you. You start recognizing that even closed doors were answered prayers in disguise. God communicates not only through miracles but through motion. The seasons changing, the relationships evolving, the opportunities shifting, all of them speak the language of alignment. When heaven moves, it moves subtly but precisely. You're being taught to see with spiritual eyes, to read life not as chaos but as conversation. Sometimes confirmation comes as peace that surpasses logic. You can't explain it, yet you know what you must do. That peace isn't a feeling, it's permission. It's heaven's way of saying, move forward. Other times, confirmation comes as discomfort. When something you once enjoyed suddenly feels heavy, it's because grace has lifted from that place. God uses discomfort as direction. What no longer fits is not a failure. It's a signal that growth requires movement. You are learning to live in rhythm with revelation. You no longer chase signs. You simply walk in sensitivity. You understand that the same God who speaks through fire also speaks through whispers. You no longer need thunder when His stillness is enough. This sensitivity is a gift, but it's also a responsibility. To whom much is revealed, much is required. Heaven doesn't reveal to impress, it reveals to instruct. The more you see, the more accountable you become to act on what you know. Chosen one, do not let familiarity dull your wonder. Continue to see God in the details, in the sunrise that greets you, in the laughter that lifts you, in the quiet moments where His presence feels like warmth on your chest. These small confirmations are reminders that you are never walking blind. You are walking guided. Soon, the confirmations will become completion. What you have seen in glimpses will take shape in full form. The vision is not fading, it's unfolding. What once whispered will soon roar. And when it does, you'll look back and realize every small sign was a breadcrumb leading you home. Chosen one, heaven has watched your endurance with tenderness. You have walked through fire, silence, and solitude, and still you stand. What was once fragile has become fortified. The refining has completed its course, and now the mantle awaits you. The time of testing has become the time of anointing. The oil is ready to be poured, not as a reward for perfection, but as recognition of perseverance. There is a holy weight resting upon your shoulders now, a mantle, invisible yet undeniable. It carries both honor and responsibility. You are stepping into a season where what you carry will begin to overflow, touching others without you even trying. The fragrance of your faith will fill rooms long before your words do. The light within you has matured, it no longer flickers, it radiates. The prophet Elijah spoke as recorded in the first book of Kings, chapter 19, verse 16. Anoint Elisha, son of Shaphat from Abel-Meholah, to succeed you as prophet. That moment was not just a transfer of authority, it was a transfer of legacy. And now, heaven is extending that same principle to you. The mantle placed upon your life carries history, heritage, and holiness. It is both a covering and a calling. It doesn't come to the unprepared, it comes to the faithful. This new anointing will not always feel like glory. At first, it may feel like gravity. When you carry weight from heaven, you will sense its pull drawing you deeper into prayer, into service, into compassion for others. The mantle doesn't make you famous, it makes you faithful. It's not a crown that sparkles, it's a cloak that humbles. It calls you to rise, but it also calls you to kneel. The glory resting on you is meant to flow through you, not to you. Imagine a river flowing through your hands, every act of kindness, every word of truth, every prayer whispered in secret becomes a current of living water that refreshes others. You are no longer just surviving in God's presence. You are becoming a conduit of it. People will begin to notice something different. They may not understand it, but they will feel it. The peace you carry will calm chaos. The wisdom you speak will unlock hearts. The compassion in your eyes will remind others that heaven still touches earth through human hands. This is what it means to wear the mantle of glory, not to be elevated above others, but to serve them with divine power wrapped in gentleness. And as you walk into this new season, remember this mantles multiply through generosity. When you share what you've received, the oil doesn't run out, it increases. That's why every act of giving, every moment you extend light, every time you pour into another soul, heaven refills you. The mantle you carry thrives on movement. It grows as you give. Beloved, this is why what you do next matters. If this message has awakened something in you, then let it live beyond your screen. Let it breathe. When you like, when you share, when you speak about it, you're not just supporting content, you're scattering seed. Imagine a garden where each share is a new blossom, each word a new root, each donation a drop of rain, keeping it alive for others to find. This space, these messages are like a digital sanctuary where lost hearts wander in and find light again. And every bit of your support is a brick in that sanctuary. You may never meet the souls who are touched, but heaven will record every act of kindness you release. A simple gesture, clicking, commenting, giving becomes a ripple that reaches nations. You might not see the full harvest now, but one day, you will. One day you'll see faces of people you never met, thanking you in eternity for the seed you planted here. What feels small in the natural becomes mighty in the spirit. So as you feel the mantle settle upon your shoulders, remember that it isn't yours to hoard, it's yours to extend. The oil must flow or it will stagnate. Each act of generosity, each prayer for this movement, each word of encouragement you leave behind keeps the river moving. And when you write in the comments, when you speak from your heart about what this word stirred within you, you're adding your voice to a growing chorus of the chosen. Your story joins the song. Your testimony becomes another flame in the field of light. This is not just about supporting a message, it's about sustaining a mission. Together, we build a bridge where heaven's voice can reach weary hearts. Together, we keep the light burning for the next wanderer searching for hope. Chosen one, wear your mantle well. Let generosity be your fragrance and humility be your strength. The mantle is not an ending, it's a beginning. And every like, every share, every seed, every word spoken in faith is part of this unfolding glory story that heaven is still writing through you. The air feels heavy again. Chosen one, not with fear, but with finality. You can sense it, can't you? The edge of something sacred approaching. This is the moment before the shift, the stillness before the trumpet. Heaven's tone has changed. It no longer speaks as invitation, but as warning. The mercy that once whispered is now waiting. The heavens stand poised, watching the world tremble between surrender and rebellion. This is the final warning, a holy alarm for a generation that has mistaken grace for permission. For too long, the world has danced on the edge of light while flirting with darkness. But heaven does not stay silent forever. The Spirit's voice grows firmer, calling the chosen to rise, and the wandering to return before the door of mercy begins to close. You have felt it in your bones, the spiritual tension rising in the atmosphere. It's no longer just your personal struggle. It's a cosmic one. The light and darkness are both reaching for souls. This is why your spirit has felt restless, why your dreams have been vivid, why your heart has felt the pull between peace and pressure. The time of awakening has passed. Now comes the time of accountability. As the prophet Isaiah recorded, chapter 55, verse 6, "Seek the Lord while he may be found. Call on him while he is near." Those words carry eternal weight. They are not poetry, they are prophecy. There is a time to seek, and there is a time when seeking becomes silence. Heaven does not move in endless delay, its mercy is vast, but its window is specific. What is available today may not remain tomorrow. Look around the world, and you can see the signs, the shaking of nations, the confusion of hearts, the division of souls. People call it politics or chaos, but you can see it for what it is, a spiritual war manifesting in the natural realm. Light is drawing near and darkness is panicking. The closer heaven comes, the louder the world becomes, trying to drown out the truth. Chosen one, you cannot afford to sleep through this hour. The Spirit is no longer only comforting, He is confronting. He is calling you to holiness that costs, to obedience that requires sacrifice, to purity that cannot coexist with compromise. The casual faith of yesterday cannot survive the warfare of tomorrow. You must choose clarity over comfort, consecration over convenience. The time of halfway faith has ended. Heaven is separating the spectators from the soldiers, the curious from the committed. Those who stand firm will shine, and those who waver will wander. The separation is not punishment, it is preparation. God is distinguishing His remnant because what comes next will require absolute loyalty to light. This is not a call to fear, but a call to focus. Fear paralyzes, but focus prepares. You are not being warned so that you tremble, you are being warned so that you're ready. Heaven does not sound alarms without purpose. Each warning is mercy in motion, one last invitation before judgment begins to move. There will come a moment soon when the spiritual atmosphere will shift globally. The things hidden will be exposed. The intentions of hearts will be revealed. What was tolerated in grace will no longer be overlooked. The Spirit will begin to move swiftly, separating what is real from what is religious, what is eternal from what is temporary. And yet, even in the weight of this moment, you must remember warning is a form of love. God warns because He still hopes. He corrects because He still cares. The shaking that is coming is not to destroy, it is to awaken. It will expose idols, uproot pride, and refine hearts. But those who have learned to listen will not fear. They will stand steady, like pillars in the storm, glowing with peace while the world trembles. Beloved, you have felt this coming for a long time. That inner urgency that refuses to let you rest, that's the Spirit preparing you. The discomfort is not punishment, it's positioning. Heaven is shifting you from being a receiver of warnings to being a voice that carries them. You will not just hear the trumpet, you will become part of it. Your very presence will sound the alarm in atmospheres of complacency. When people encounter you, they will sense the urgency of eternity without you saying a word. Your life will become the message, your holiness, your compassion, your unshakable peace will preach louder than sermons. You will be proof that it's still possible to live pure in a polluted world, faithful in a fallen one. This is your role in heaven's timeline, to stand between mercy and movement, to intercede for those still lost, to speak truth even when it costs you comfort, to shine even when it isolates you. You are not a spectator of these final hours, you are a participant. The clock of eternity ticks closer to fulfillment. The hands of time tremble beneath the weight of prophecy. Heaven's patience, though deep, is not endless. The day will come when silence will fall, and mercy will give way to manifestation. But until then, you are the bridge of grace for others. Your prayers, your purity, your perseverance, they are holding back darkness longer than you realize. So stay alert, beloved, keep your lamp burning, keep your heart clean, keep your faith fierce. The final warning is not to frighten you, it's to fortify you. You have been chosen to stand when others fall, to believe when others doubt, to speak when others stay silent. And when that final shift arrives, you will not be shaken, you will shine. Chosen one, the air that surrounds you now feels both lighter and heavier at once. Lighter because grace lingers, heavier because eternity presses close. You have walked through every season of this message calling, conviction, refinement, revelation, and now, at last, you stand at the gate of completion. Heaven has led you here not to end your story, but to crown it. This is the moment where destiny and divine delight meet. There is a stillness in the spirit realm, the kind that comes before coronation. The battle you've been fighting was never just about survival, it was about inheritance. Every wound, every delay, every lonely night has led to this unveiling. You have been refined not only as a vessel of endurance, but as a carrier of glory. The crown you are about to receive is not made of gold and jewels, it is forged from obedience, humility, and perseverance. You feel it, don't you? That deep, quiet shift inside. It's not adrenaline, it's authority. It's not excitement, it's establishment. Heaven is clothing you in something new, an unseen garment of purpose. The noise of striving fades, replaced by the peace of arrival. You are no longer reaching for what you were always meant to hold. The crown fits because the character is ready. The Word of God declares in the second letter to Timothy, chapter 4, verse 8. Now there is in store for me the crown of righteousness, which the Lord, the righteous judge, will award to me on that day, and not only to me, but also to all who have longed for his appearing. This is the reward of the faithful, not wealth, not applause, but righteousness itself. The crown you wear is invisible to the world, yet radiant in heaven's light. It cannot be taken by man or tarnished by time. It is the symbol of victory over everything that once tried to silence you. You did not earn it by strength, you received it by surrender. The crown is more than an adornment, it is a commission. The moment heaven places it upon your spirit, responsibility comes with it. The weight you feel is holy, the kind of gravity that draws you toward compassion. For to be crowned by heaven means to become a carrier of heaven on earth. You will walk through ordinary places, yet extraordinary things will happen around you, because where you go, the kingdom follows. You are not being crowned for your comfort, you are being crowned for your calling. Kingship in the kingdom of God is not about ruling, it's about serving. True authority is proven in humility. You will lead not by controlling, but by loving. You will speak not to impress, but to awaken. The glory resting upon you is meant to heal others, to remind them that heaven still anoints humans made of dust. Imagine it, heaven watching as you stand, radiant but quiet, clothed not in arrogance but in awe. The angels who once guarded you through the fire now watch as you step into fulfillment. They do not applaud because of what you've achieved, they rejoice because of who you've become. You are no longer the wanderer in the wilderness. You are the torchbearer, the royal messenger, the evidence that God still completes what he begins. There is a peace that comes when purpose is embraced. It's not loud or showy, it's steady, like the rhythm of your own heartbeat syncing with eternity. You no longer need to chase validation because heaven has already spoken your name in affirmation. You no longer fear being forgotten because heaven has marked your life with remembrance. The crown on your spirit is not only for now, it is for eternity. It represents the alignment of your soul with divine intention. You have walked through valleys where faith was all you had, and now that faith has become your crown. You have learned that real glory doesn't shine, it humbles. Real power doesn't shout, it serves. And now, as you step into your commission, know this: the crown is not an ending, it's a beginning. The same God who crowned you now commissions you to carry his light further. You are not being sent out empty-handed. You are being sent out empowered. The authority you carry will open doors that intellect could never touch, heal hearts that logic could never reach, and awaken souls that slumbered through their callings. The world will not always understand you. They will see your gentleness and mistake it for weakness, your silence and mistake it for passivity. But heaven knows better. Your silence carries sound in the spirit. Your gentleness breaks chains the proud cannot touch. You are now a vessel of quiet power, a royal ambassador walking through earthly dust with divine footsteps. Do not look back. The wilderness was necessary, but it's no longer your home. You have crossed over into the realm of purpose fulfilled. The tests that once terrified you now testify for you. The tears that once broke you now water the seeds you are meant to plant. You will walk forward not as the wounded, but as the witness, proof that grace prevails, proof that obedience wins, proof that crowns are real. Chosen one, lift your head not in pride, but in gratitude. The crown rests lightly, not to weigh you down, but to remind you that heaven trusts you. Walk in that trust. Carry the crown with reverence, for it symbolizes not only who you are, but who others can become when they, too, say yes. The commission is clear, live crowned. Love deeply and shine quietly. Heaven is watching and eternity is already applauding. Beloved chosen one, you've reached the end of this divine journey. Yet truly, this is only the beginning. Every word that found your heart was a seed. Every tear that fell during these moments was holy water. Heaven has whispered through this message not just to remind you who you are, but to release you into who you're becoming. You are no longer wandering. You are walking in purpose. The story now continues through you. Every like, every share, every word you leave in the comments becomes a ripple of light that stretches farther than you can imagine. Somewhere, someone is still in the valley you've just walked out of. Your small act of faith might be the beacon that guides them home. So, if this message has stirred your spirit, let it breathe. Share it not out of routine, but out of revelation. Like it as a testimony that you received your word. Subscribe to stay connected with this stream of divine truth, because what flows from heaven must keep flowing through hearts like yours. And take a moment to write below what part of this journey touched you most. Your words are more than comments, they're confirmations that heaven's message found its mark. Together, we are not just an audience. We are a movement. Keep shining, keep sharing, keep standing. The light in you is needed now more than ever. Heaven sees you, heaven smiles upon you, and heaven says, "Well done, chosen one."